Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Average Superstar TV. And this week, we are going to be covering the wrap-up of Stranger Things Season 4. And before we start that, please just give us that like, subscribe, and share on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio, and Stitcher. We drop a new show every Monday morning. And with that, this is just going to be a standard roundtable of fans. And we've got filmmaker Jack Hunter with us, and Alex, who didn't put his last name on there. You goof. but Alex and Jack, welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up, man? I'm glad to be here.
So guys, we'll go a little all over the place, but let's just let's just go right out of the gate. So, Stranger Things, I thought when it started off. I'm not one of them people that are crapping on it. I'm just saying, but like out of the gate, it had that youthful thing, like when the Wonder Years kicked in '88. You know, everybody can relate to it, and it was obviously set in the '80s. And I thought, especially for the first 3 seasons, they really kind of did a great tribute at points for the '80s. And I thought the last season of season 3 may have been the best, where they're opening up to go sneak into the Days of the Dead movie screen. I thought the reverse of Fast Times at Richmond High with Billy's character, I thought that had me laughing so hard because you had to know that movie, but they reversed the girl with a guy. But you did notice with the last season, the show started losing its innocence, because everybody's growing up, and that's the thing about that or Harry Potter or anything. When you're on kids' time, kids are growing, and kids basically pulling the whole, like, when they get angry, it's cute, but when they become a teen, it's whiny. So I kind of think when we got to season 4 here, not their fault. I'll say it again, not their fault. We had COVID, so I know they were filming, and then they had to stop. So
they did stop.
I believe they did stop, yes, but I'm basically saying is, did I like what I just saw? Yeah, but I did feel they didn't really tribute anything out of the 80s. This is just a personal preference. I thought that almost all the 80s stuff was out the window, like of like tribute anything from the past. And I thought just it was written it needed to end. I thought that at this point, like Dustin's character and his group, to me, this is just my eyes. I think they're the whole show. I thought literally Will, Mike, and 11 could have just walked off screen. I didn't care about them at all. I thought literally that I just didn't think they had anything to like show at all. I thought their characters, 11, I could see people holding on to, but I actually thought the character of Max by far outshined 11 this round. At least my eyes. I just feel like getting into the characters. I thought she overtook. I thought Lucas looks like he's 27 years old. It ain't his fault. He got a growth sprout, but like he doesn't look like
not just him.
Yeah, I know, right? Not just him.
Oh my God, everyone
but there was one savior that came in this year.
Oh, yeah.
Eddie.
Yes.
Yeah. Eddie with
he's great.
With his anthrax haircut look from the nice
No, that's Kirk Hamlet. Kirk Hamlet from Metallica.
Yeah, he had that, but I just saw Anthrax. But yeah, he looked like Overkill, all that. But I thought his character was the best. I thought he looked kind of old. The actor is 29 years old. So I was like, okay, but
he wasn't a senior year for the 3rd or 4th time. So
yeah, all right.
He kind of had to play that.
Okay, but basically, I thought. And then we had like that ending where I'm reading places where it is approved for season 5. I thought this was supposed to be the ending, but like the only
it's 5.
There is 5 because to me, going back to Will, he literally had like he had to take a dump the entire time. Look on his face, like he looked like he either had to go to the bathroom or he. I think it's just going to be like the standard soft PC world where it's like, oh, he's going to be the gay character. He loves Mike. What's his check the box?
Right? Yeah.
Will. That's. I mean, I guess that's coming, but
like I said,
but give me 1 second. I'm going to have to fuck off to you guys. The only thing that he did to me at the end was say, I could feel it in the back of my neck. He's still out there. So, and then, roll credits. Like, so
I think my opinion on that, I think it's making full circle. The first season was about all Will finding him. Now it's coming back full circle. Because we didn't really see a lot of Will in season 2 and 3. It wasn't about Will at that point. It was more, season 2, that was when he was like possessed, right?
Yeah, he was still having. So he definitely was a pivotal in the second. To me, the show is about the love of Mike. To me, the love of Mike and 11. That's really what it is. Like whatever they're doing is obviously part of the show. But
I think it's gonna make full circle. I really do. I think, but the question I have. So after we saw what the Upside Down world, looks like this season in full fucking detail, like there was no going back. Like we saw hints of it in the other seasons, but not full on. Oh shit, we're here. How the fuck did an 11-year-old kid survive that for 5 days when Steve almost died in less than 3 minutes being there?
Well, and then that's like look how long Eddie fought with those bats for a while. Like you would thought he would have been eaten up in 2 seconds. So like he fought them off for a long time. So I don't know. There's always
my questions. That's my question. Like it's a meme on Facebook, but it makes sense after what we just saw. Like, did he just hide in did he just hide in his house the whole time? In the first season.
Unless like Upside Down World wasn't like as active then because Vecma was basically on a rampage by the end of season 4. That's just what could be an explanation.
He killed Barb.
Yeah, that's true.
Fuck? Why couldn't he kill?
It's weird because it's like they don't want to wipe out any of the main characters. And as much as I favor the character of Max, when she went, I was like, that's cool. Like one of them at least is going, but like, nope. Well, now it doesn't look like she's really gone. Like, so to me, they're setting up season 5 for like, can they save Max? Because if they save Max, there's not 4 deaths now. It'd be 3, and that undoes everything. That's what I'm thinking they're going for.
I think they fucked up. I think they fucked up with killing. Okay, wait. Are we going into spoilers yet? I don't want to.
Yeah, well, anybody watching this, it's going to say title spoiler, so go for it. Yeah.
As a man, and I'm sure all you guys are like it. Hell, I think Lauren, I saw your post about it, but there was I was dry socketed after watching that. Like I was crying until the very end, especially when Dustin's talking to the dad or the uncle as a parent.
Yeah,
as a parent, that fucking got me, dude. I'm talking. I was white girl crying. They get white girl wasted. I was white girl ugly crying. If I had makeup on, it would all be off. Like it was. I cannot express the attachment and the writing. Like I'm a writer. I love fucking writing horror. I love suspense. I love tricking you, the audience. But this writing, the Duffer Brothers, bruh, we are not worthy. Oh my God.
I'm pretty sure they're going to be locked into a Netflix contract to do other things too.
Oh, I hope.
They're not going to want to let them go. So
I hope there's a spinoff, and if there's a spinoff, it better be Eddie somehow.
Oh God, yeah,
fucking how.
Yeah, and it was I don't remember the character's name. I'm not a big fan of 420. I'm not a big fan of like this stoner stuff. I mean, but
that's Argyle.
But that guy, that new guy that worked at the pizza shop, I couldn't help it. I like
my dude.
Yeah,
my dude.
He was. I thought the newer characters were good. I really.
Yeah.
But
and they're more relatable. It's like we all know someone like Eddie in high school they just never achieved, but you knew he had so much fucking potential. We all had that stoner friend growing up that's just like, bruh, you're a fucking idiot, but you're a goddamn genius at the same fucking time.
yeah,
Like, my dudes, come see. You got to see.
it's amazing how many hours it was streamed too. It's like I think it's the number
What,
one
80 billion, and it crashed the server last night.
That's just amazing, and then like it shows you the pull because Kate Bush went to number one on iTunes like a month ago.
It's not even that good of a song.
It's not. Rubber Band,
like
Rubber
1,000
Band
times
song I
now.
heard a million times better, but I think it flowed. I think because it wasn't heavy. I think it kind of.
Yeah, it was. Like
I don't think a heavier song would have worked for that. So
right, yeah, if they would have used like "Sweet Child of Mine" or something, it would have just been like overplayed. Like, all right, we get it.
I think it's got that enough of groove that she you know, the echo, you know, so she could hear the song to run towards it. So
was that a big song in the 80s? I know.
I don't think so. It was.
It was. That is her hit. Like I think she has that Rubber Band Girl. To me, that's like a more of a rocking song. But she had that song with Peter Gabriel that Don't Give Up. I mean, that was a very big. I don't know who switched. If that Peter Gabriel, that's like Peter Gabriel's song, and she was brought in, or that was her song Peter Gabriel was brought in. But Kate Bush has got about 8 to 10 good songs. So I mean that. But I don't know why. So, do you ever get that band where you're just like, why does everybody think this is their best song when it's clearly not, but everybody seems to love it? You're the odd one. So I guess
I get knocked down.
Yeah.
I get up again. You ain't never going to see me. Like,
yeah.
I'm sure
Alex, what was your like whole take on this last season? Like,
like what you were saying about like 11 and Will and
Mike,
like they could just disappear and you want to notice.
Yeah.
At some points, like I thought that there was too many characters going on, and I was like having trouble like keeping track of everybody. You know what I mean? Like I forget who's in California and who's in like Indiana.
I think they want to cross all the X's too, because it's like you had to get Dustin's girlfriend's character in for a little bit. So like, okay, what was that? Was that California where they drove to stop at her house and jump on the computer? It's like,
was it at Utah? That was Utah, right?
Okay, but I'm just saying, like, what I'm totally back what you're saying. It's almost like everyone you know, Lucas's sister, got to get her in there somewhere, and then like Mike's parents didn't need to be in that at all, but it just seemed like they had to write them in somehow.
Like
you didn't need to see them at all. They had no relevancy at all.
There was no point. Nothing came of it. But it's probably because of they're in a contract or whatever,
Yeah, and we lost Jack, but he'll probably just pop back in.
Yeah,
but
he'll come back.
Yeah, but it's. I liked it. Like I said, I just thought it. You're right. I think it's well expanded, and that makes me jump right into the Russian era where
I love the Russia stuff. The Russian
did you love it? All right, because I thought it was the typical Russian typecast of two guys that were loopy, like they're loopy, the loopy Russians that are kind of funny. Yeah, and of course they don't die. I was thinking. I always say the new characters they write in, they die. But
like the goofy Russian guy from the third season that like won a prize at the carnival and he was all excited and then he got shot dead.
Yes. Yeah.
They made that so tragic too.
Yeah. What did you think of Pop and Paul Reiser and the whole journey of 11 there? I thought it was kind of cool to actually get an answer.
Papa, he was a complicated character. Like I think he really did care for 11, but he was still a fucking psycho, I
have one big question though. Like, as I asked a few people in the last couple of days, and no one's been able to answer me. So at the end of season 3, 11 helps Billy fight, the creature, and then season 4 starts, and she's like, "I don't have my powers anymore." Where did her powers go? Did I miss something?
I have no idea because I don't understand it either. So
Yeah, she didn't lose it after season 1 and season 2. So like, I'm like, what? Why doesn't she have the power? And I'll tell you, when that bitch in the bowling alley, I'm like, I've got no remorse for you.
same.
What a horrible girl that was.
I think she should have done more. She should have like kicked her and stuff when she was down.
Yeah.
And she kept on calling her a snitch, and she's the snitch because she calls the cops on her.
Yep. Yeah, that was just the pretty. Yeah, they always write those characters in, like the character you love to hate, and then when they get it, but I didn't get. Well, I don't know. I guess it's the journey of who 11 was, but I don't know. So and then the government wants to kill 11, so it's like but at the same time, I don't know. So they're all mad at Papa's character and all that. They want to wipe all that out. Is that what they're going for?
I'm pretty sure the government, yeah,
it
seems that way. And I was also starting to get confused with that too. Like the government after 11 and the scientists want to keep 11 there. And it was just starting to. There was so much going on. I like season 4 a lot. I think it might be my favorite season, either that or 3. But like the only like problem, it was just so much of an overload of like all these characters, and I was just having trouble like keeping up with all the stories that are going on because there was so much going on all at once.
Yeah, I honestly think being a filmmaker and stuff, but if you really look at like Winona Ryder and everything going on in Russia, that was like one location. Then the Dustin and all them are in the Inside Out. So I'm just gonna call that was a movie set, a sound stage.
Yeah.
And then you put Will, Mike together. I think they were trying to social distance them to get through it.
Oh, you think so? That's
what I'm thinking. It was kind of like those 6 episodes of The Walking Dead. If you kept up with that, like people called them boring because it was just a couple people walking through the woods. Like, yeah, well, they can't all be together the way, because of COVID. So they were probably just trying to get through it.
Yeah, I fell off The Walking Dead before COVID. So.
Oh, I think you should. What we got? Another final 8 coming in the fall. To me, I kept up with it, and I think it's the most violent thing going. I think I like their newer characters. You know what it is, man, too? I mean, I'm not telling you, like, hey, you're an idiot, you left, but, like, 11 seasons of anything is hard to keep up with. Anything. Yeah. No, I mean, that's a lot of dedication to not want to, to not stray away.
It started to become a chore just to, like, keep up with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think them doing a million spinoffs hurt it because, like, if you only have one, like, stick with one. But they've made like 3 of them now. And, yeah. So
and they keep on coming up with like other spinoffs for it.
Yeah, I hear the Fear of the Walking Dead's good. I have not seen an episode. I did watch.
I heard it's good.
World Beyond. It was during like a winter storm, and I was just like, wow, no wonder why I just didn't make it. This was slow and boring, but. Yeah,
I think what I think they should do is they should do a spinoff where it's like a sitcom where they have like laugh tracks and it's like a sitcom. Like they're like
I was proposing ever ago was a spinoff that's a comedy of Eugene before the apocalypse. Because Eugene's like the funniest character, so I want to see before him working at the mall before everything happened. I think this character and this dialogue, the way he just machine guns his dialogue out, I think would be the funniest thing.
And the season finale is like the start of the zombie apocalypse or something, or like the series.
He meets up with Abram somehow, and they link them together. But yeah, I think Eugene's just. That's a great character of television history. Is Eugene?
Yeah, Eugene is pretty great.
Yeah, you can't even compare him to anything. Like I can't even think of a character that's like that. So
I feel like I went to like middle school or high school with a couple of people like Eugene, but
I could say some quiet weirdos or maybe but this I've never had like a machine. Like he's just a machine of dialogue, and like you can't keep up with him, and then it's like. He's stupid, but everything he just said sounded like a scientist to me, and I think I got lost.
Yeah, wasn't it the whole thing? I know we're trailing off, but Well, wasn't the whole thing where he said that he has a cure
Yeah.
for the zombie apocalypse, and that he admits to Abraham that he was lying, and did Abraham like beat the shit out of him?
So the big thing with Eugene is he does anything to survive. So he told Abram that because he's a giant man, a military man / kind of a hickey guy, so he'd protect them. So so what's the first thing that happens with Negan? Negan's the stronger of the team. He joins Negan because he just wants to survive. And then he realizes it's falling apart. So what does he do? He flips back to Rick and like in 2 seconds. So like Eugene's definitely a big liar, and now they have the Commonwealth. So the Commonwealth's like take a major city and a town and kind of like it's back. So right. He's involved with that, but there's a guy there that's shady that just kind of set a girl up to break his heart, and you're just sitting there. I'm like, that dude's in so much trouble because Eugene's never had his heart broken. And I think this is going to be the ultimate revenge, and he's going to have all the time in the world to plot to bring this guy down. So that's my prediction. Eugene's going to have a huge, takeover or the fall of the Commonwealth because of that.
All right, maybe I'll have to get into it.
Yeah, Negan's still going, and it's funny. Yeah, I just think it's good. I like it. I mean, if people want to say it's not the way it used to, then it's not to you. That's the way it is. It's just like you. You said you liked the season a lot. I think it's number 4 to me. I like the second and third season like the most.
Stranger Things.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. For me, I watched it from the very beginning. I like the whole 80s nostalgia.
Yep.
To it. And like the first season was like that was like 19. Well, that was probably like right at like 1980, right? Like
Days of the Dead movie for the third season. So that was like 1985. So I'm assuming it was 1982, 83.
Yeah, okay. But it was like had a like early like 80s like feel like with the kids. There was like some poltergeist to it. And, like, E.T. with the kids on the bikes, and you said earlier, like them getting older, it's taken like a more mature turn. You know what I mean? Like it's more like violent, it's scarier, it's not as like kid friendly, even though the show was always like pretty like violent.
What do you think of I think his name was number 1. Like he's the guy. So now, yeah,
that dude was scary even before the whole reveal.
Yeah. Because I didn't know if he had something to do with. I think we got Jack. Hey, Jack.
Hey, sorry about that. My internet decided to.
No problem. Me and Alex just kept it going. We kind of went into The Walking Dead, and now we're back into in the Stranger Things, but we're talking about the guy. It's called, I think, number 1. But I actually thought he looked like Matthew Modine, so I didn't know if like he was. I thought that's who it was. But when we were time zone, I didn't know what was if he was messing with 11. But I mean, that actor gave me the first creepy chill since maybe Julian Beck in Poltergeist 2, the old man. Poltergeist 2. Yeah. There's something weird about being in black and I think just like not saying much and just being all eyes. There's something about that. It's always creepy to me.
That is, yeah. I don't know. It was like how I told my fiance. I said, look, that guy, even as a straight heterosexual man, I said, that guy is too good looking. There's something going on with him. Like he's so attractive.
Yeah.
And, I can say that. Like I'm secure in my sexuality. Like
no, he was a good looking guy, and he looked he even had kind of that like Village of the Damned kind of look, and he
I would say Alex Bateman from from American Psycho.
Patrick Bateman.
Patrick, yeah.
Patrick Bateman, yeah.
Yeah. He had that whole vibe going the whole time.
So I got a question for the both of you. There was something actually so scary this season that nobody's talking about. What is up with Will's hair?
I don't want to.
He looked like a Chinaman mixed with Mo from the Three Stooges. Like his hair was like, what? No wonder why he looks like so broken.
Rory, I'm sorry. I will.
It's all right.
Give me a minute.
It's his hair and his clothing, both. Like the tucked in shirt and the jeans and the haircut. That's why I say he kind of looks like a future serial killer. He looks like a serial killer.
Yeah, he does. Hey, kiddo, you're the first baby to ever be on my podcast.
I think that part, it's just, I don't know. Like, I would be highly upset if I was that actor to see that, to go through that and be like, guys, can you please just give me a normal haircut? Like, I'm not 11 anymore.
Yeah, I thought if I was that, I don't know the name of the guy that plays Will, but I would have been a little more outspoken. That like I'm one of the main 4 characters here, and like I don't think you're doing anything with me.
I think we lost him again.
Yeah, Jack will be back. He knows how to get back on, but I mean that's just how that works, I guess.
And he hasn't been a big character at all since like 1
and 2 because he had the post hangover thing of being haunted in the second
2.
season. Yeah. So and then Sean Astin being his stepfather, almost his stepfather, which was he was a good character for season 2 for sure.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, but good guy.
In season 3, though, he was in it, but he didn't have a big role in it, right?
No.
And still, like even now, like season 4 with Will, it's not really that big of a role. It's just a lot of him just like being upset and stuff. It's not really like
to me. He was Chewbacca in The Force Awakens at the end, where like Han Solo just died, and Rey goes and sees Leia, and Chewbacca just walks by. Like you wouldn't think he'd be the first one there to go like kind of give the heads up of like, yo, the love of your life and my best friend are dead. I'll just let the new girl talk to her.
Right, and then let's throw in some random people kissing. That doesn't make any sense in the Star Wars universe somewhere. Like,
yeah, I was talking about The Force Awakens, but they're both awful.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but that's a whole other show. We can do a whole entire show of ripping Star Wars another time. But
now, I mean, well, yeah. And to get back to your question, or what you noticed about season 4, with the whole 80s, like leaving the show in a sense, like I think they did it so much in the first 3 seasons. I mean, if they would have done it anymore, it would have been forced. Like season 3, they hit the mark with malls and that old time just hanging out there. That was the shit back in the day. I mean, what else more can you do? They're getting towards like 89 right now. Rumor is in 5, they time jump to the 90s, which I'm not sure how that's going to work, but I think it's played itself out, and it was so subtle.
This season to me seemed forced, but again, as I said, I was trying to stick up for it. They're just on a race against time because those kids aren't kids anymore.
Right. And I mean, I know there's growth spurts. My kids hit growth spurts too. I mean, they're still growing, 7 and 5 and 8 months yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Hey, happy birthday.
Yeah. My birthday's on Tuesday too. So
we don't care about yours. It's the baby.
Yeah, screw So I didn't like the fact that we had to suspend belief that everything in season 3 happened a year ago. I think that part sucks, but what are you going to do? We have to give them leeway, like you said with COVID. They probably had to reshoot some things because
I didn't understand at the end of season 3 why 11 had to move. Because
David Hopper was dead, and who else was gonna take her? It might as well have been Will.
So why didn't she just stay into town? Was it like why you separate? Why didn't she live with Mike's parents? Like I thought that was a little weird. I was a little thrown off with that one, but then I was like, oh, so they're gonna go away next season. Will's gonna be with 11. That's what I thought we were coming back to, and there was gonna be a riff with Will and Mike. But if that's still coming, they got me fooled because I think it's Will likes Mike, but.
I hope they don't do that.
I hope they don't either.
I mean, I think it would it's like Netflix has this thing, like a show is going well. Okay, let's make it relevant. Boom, he's gay. Like, I don't like
but if you want to cross that box, and I have no problem with that, you got the female character who I like better. I forgot her name, but yeah, I like her character a lot. You know,
I forgot her name too.
Yeah, I know, but I like her character. Yeah,
Ethan Hawke's daughter. There we go, Uma
Thurman.
That's
who it is. Yeah,
yeah. I think I love everything about how they're going about everything, like trying to keep it real with the reality. You know, mixing in with LGBT stuff. You know, with the relationship of her obsessing over the bandmate. You know, who clearly is the Molly Ringwald. There's your 80s right there.
Yeah, without a doubt. That was a Molly clone. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And for you younger folks, Molly Ringwald was a girl, fiery redhead that everyone hoped for fire crotch and would have given their left nut for in the 80s. There you go. There's your history lesson.
And she had no plastic on her at all.
Oh, none. She was all natural. But, you know, I think there's your 80s part of it, but like I was saying before, man, I think if they would have done more, it would have been forced. They had to grow up and like, yeah, we got all the nostalgia from the first 3 seasons. It was great, you know, Walkmans, the CB radios, the antennas. I think how they did it this season was with computers. I think that's where they went to nostalgia, you know. Yeah.
I did like the ending though, with them all on the hill. Like,
oh my god!
Like the whole team's together and they see what's coming. I thought that was cool. I did like that's where I was like, there has to be a season 5 because it's like, okay, they're all there, but like what? That's it? Like, no, you can't.
That was a callback to the end of season 1. If you remember, Will did the same thing at the end of season 1, which is technically where Vecna came into play. If we find out that this season, you know, everything that's happened has been Vecna's doing, wanting 11 to open these portals. But when she finally said "fuck it" and closed it at season 3, that's when Vecna said, "All right, I got you, motherfuckers," and boom. But
what do we
why is Hopkins the central? That's my question. That is my big question. Of all these fucking towns in America, why is it Hawkins? It's because Vecna grew up there, and that's where it happened.
I'm guessing. Indiana needs to be put on the map, I guess. So they haven't had nothing since Hoosiers, I guess. I don't know.
Oh shit!
That might explain why the Upside Down world wasn't as powerful in the early seasons, though. If he was still like forming the Upside Down world.
That is true. That is very true. That's a great, like, because we never saw it fully develop. We just knew there was like demons, some shit there.
Yeah.
But now, when he said finally, just fuck it, I'm coming into your world, he made it like it is.
Yeah. What are you guys? I said this at the top of the show. At least this is my opinion. I think Max's character took over 11's. Like I think she outshines her anyway.
I'm sorry, I'll talk too much. Go ahead. You go.
Well, yeah, I agree that she was a great character, and she was like more of a main character this time around than 11 was, and she is a likable character. So, spoiler, you know. At the end of the season, she's in pretty bad shape. So, yeah, I'm sure that she'll be back in season 5 somehow.
Yeah.
I think how it should have ended was her sitting up, turned to Lucas. And then it cuts off. Like, that would have been a great ending.
Yeah, I think it would have been more cooler. I like her character a lot. I do,
Yeah.
but it actually happened. Like she died, and it's just like, all right. There's one thing about
Yeah, I
that show. It's
accepted it.
like they bring in Eddie and all these people, and Billy and stuff, basically to die. Like nobody, like, you know what I mean? It's like the main people, they don't seem to let go. I think Max outshined like the original cast, except for Dustin. I just think Dustin's like still the
Dustin
key guy.
Dustin's great.
Yeah, he's the key guy out of the original four. Yeah,
I like him better now than the early seasons. I honestly, I like each season better than the last season. That's my opinion.
I thought first one was like almost a little overrated. Like the way I was like, it's good.
Yeah.
I was like, it ain't that. Second, I was like, damn, and then third, I was like, hell yeah. So I think it grew.
I noticed on my Facebook, Lauren, I'm literally trolling every single person on my friends list and in my groups. You saw that? Yeah. So I'm missing a lot.
For the audience sake, Jack put up this meme that said like "Rest in peace, Dustin." So like,
just for Dustin. All right.
Yeah. R.I.P. So if anyone who didn't see it, it's like, oh, Dustin's but he doesn't die.
He doesn't, like, it's dude, filmmakers PJ Starks of Volumes of Blood, he messaged me back or like in the comment, he's like, your post inspired my post because I don't know if this is true or not, but now I think it is true. And I'm like, PJ, I said this is a troll post. It's not real. Because it'll make them want to watch it more. Like, it's marketing for them to see if I actually posted a spoiler and then come back and be like, man, fuck you, Jack. I actually got a message from David Rosen, who's who owns the group and podcast Popcorn and Puzzle Pieces. I posted that in there. He sends me a message immediately. He's like, Jack, is that a spoiler for Stranger Things? I'm like, no, it is not. I said, prepare for the fire. Like it's he's like, oh man. But yeah, so that's what I did. I troll. I'm never serious.
But I think Dustin is the one that shined. And in reality, when you look at it on paper, it's basically the story of Mike and 11. And I think Mike especially got pushed more on the back burner. I think Dustin is the leading guy out of the main four. And I truly think Max overtook almost everybody. Like almost, people look at like I get there's the 11 fans, but I was just kind of sick of her going back to that place again. I'm like, I think Max's character, she's a skateboard girl, she has a punk rock background. Like Alex, we're punk rockers. Like we I just relate to her. So I was like, I dug her whole storyline. I dug her talking to Billy, from the grave and all that. Saying, I think
episode 4, right? I think that's the
yeah. I like her character.
And the explanation at the end of how she's like how she fantasized about her brother dying, her stepbrother, that was really deep. Like, because, there's a lot of families out there where the stepkids are like that to the real kid. Like they make them. So I think probably a lot of people related to that. I think my ending comments, if we're there yet.
Yeah, we're about there.
Okay, so, hey, I can't.
Baby doesn't like season 4. We get it. Okay.
No, she knows it's the end. She knows it's the end. That's all. Okay. It's okay. Hey, they're gonna have a season 5, Rory. I know. It's okay.
She's worried about Max. That's the thing. She's worried about Max.
It's okay. We'll see it in 4 years. Don't worry. They'll come back. We'll see it in 4 years.
Yeah.
No. I think season 4, as I related to it more as a parent watching this time, and more or less I related to Eddie because, in all honesty, he kind of represented, me in school, the outcast but was very intellect. Wait, no, I'm almost done. I know Eddie died. I'm sorry.
Maybe Eddie must have scared her.
Yes. No, I loved everything about this season. There is a plot hole. There's only one plot hole that I saw, and that was the very end But I think that they may revisit that in part 5. But it's basically the general of the army, you know, that guy that, you know, where the fuck did he go? Like after 11 escaped, you're going to tell me that his team didn't follow them, like not track them? Like,
I can't remember if they were wiped out somehow because
I think they were.
Maybe they might have been, but
when they were driving away, why didn't they go after them? Like you're the U.S. Army,
right? He's in a pizza.
U.S. Army doesn't give up that quick.
Hold on, I gotta pass off the baby to the mama.
Unless they're planning something for for season 5, whenever that comes out.
Yeah. I don't even think they have a date for that yet, as far as like even start filming.
Honestly, 4 years. I'm unfortunately 4 years. Or 3. I mean, this one was what 3.
And that was the part where, like, you know, Lucas could grow his beard in. Like, you don't have to. You want them to the sprout now. It's okay.
Yeah.
I dig the whole. I know everyone's saying it's like Freddy Krueger. He is what's his name? His name is Vecna, right? Vecna. Yeah. It has like that Freddy Krueger Nightmare on Elm Street vibe.
How did we skip over that Freddy Krueger was in this? That was an awesome video.
Yes. Victor Creel.
Victor Creel. Yeah, it was.
And you notice the house was modeled after. You notice that house.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, totally. It was, you know, it's like he got a nightmare for once.
It was. I think that was tastefully done.
Without a doubt.
You know, it was just enough.
Yep.
And that was good. That was it.
So, I like the twist they did where you're supposed to think like he was like a psycho, and then it turns out that he was just a victim.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he cut his own eyes out of his head for nothing. It was really for nothing. He thought he thought.
And you know what? Eddie shouldn't have died.
I know.
He died, since he died for nothing because now I don't want to say that. Because he gave his life protecting what he thought. You know? His morals were there. But the whole part of he could have just gone back to the trailer or another house and he would have lived.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I think the show did Eddie dirty.
He'll be back. Spin-off, I'm telling you. Spin-off.
I could hope.
Or a flashback, maybe, because the guy's 29 that plays him, so it's like they could throw that wig right back on him. It's okay. Yeah.
Hey, Lauren, I have to bounce.
Dude, Jack, we're about the end anyway. So, Jack, thank you so much for being a part of the show.
Yeah, thank you for letting me. Alex, it was nice to meet you guys. I'm Jack Connor, JHP Studios on Facebook. Also, we're filming 4 movies next week. Yeah, let's go. Bye.
All right, brother. Good night, friend. Cool, Alex. Yes, but yeah. All right, Alex. Well, this was awesome. We're right on time here. But dude, thank you so much for taking the time to come on for this kind of short notice. I just kind of thought a lot of people seem to be doing this, so I want to get included in the picture.
You know, it was either do this or sit around and watch Return of the Living Dead.
But John Philbin, yes. John Philbin, who played Chuck, was a guest on this show. So that's pretty cool.
All right. That's awesome. Yeah.
But I'll link you up if I didn't already with that one. That'll be a good watch. But yeah, today's definitely Return of the Living Dead Day for everybody. Everybody knows what July 3rd is.
Yeah, for sure. July 3rd. That's why I'm watching it. Can I plug my podcast?
You absolutely can, friend. The floor is yours.
All right, great. I run a podcast called The Dawn of the Horror Cast, and you can find that on Spotify and Anchor. And I'm actually editing an episode that's going to be airing tomorrow. So check it out and listen for the new episode.
Absolutely. Everyone, please subscribe to that podcast on Spotify. And with that, I will also tell everybody, thank you for stopping by and taking the time to listen to another episode of Average Superstar TV. And please subscribe on YouTube's YouTube, Spotify, Amazon, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio.